Hello everyone, and here we are back in Derail Valley. Build 99 is hit, and it was a doozy of a build. Massive changes throughout everything. One of the big recipients of these changes is the 282 steam locomotive. So it's a favorite of mine, so I figured I'd run over some of the changes and how I tend to generally operate this real quick. So one of the first changes is when you're getting this thing ready to go, you got to manually lube it. Well, you can see there's a little gauge right there. It's often hard to see, so just flick it a few times, and if you hear glug sounds, you could lube it up more. The second big thing is these bearings here on your driving arm. You got to manually oil those. So let's see. Keep selecting the wrong thing there. Here we go, oil can. So just add some oil. Make sure you shut the cap, otherwise that oil will spill out, and you're good to go. There's 3 on each driving arm. So you still, of course, have your standard, your compressor over there, your dynamo up there. Alright, now back inside the cab, we have your water gauge. They added some dash lines to make it easier to see how much water you actually have in your boiler right now. As one of the trains added is the demonstrator 282. That is going to be one you're going to have to fill up from completely empty. Now, for a completely empty boiler is going to take 2 full tenders of water. So just keep that in mind. If you've had your injector valve open sitting in the shop and you're like, why isn't this, don't have any water? Well, that's because this thing takes an awful lot of water to fill. We have your boiler pressure gauge right here. Between 11 and 13 is generally where you want to keep this. So at about 14 right here, your relief valve's going to open. That's going to waste a lot of steam and a lot of water. Back to the water, I typically keep it at around 3/4 to a slight bit over halfway full. The more water you have in there, the less room there is for steam. But the steam you're able to keep that steam up in there at a higher pressure easier. You don't have to add as much new steam to replace whatever you're using. So the biggest change in how the boiler operates is your steam chest. So, dial this thing down here a little bit. Throw my brakes on just in case. Show you guys. So your regulator adds pressure into your steam chest. The more your regulator is open, the more steam gets added. Your cutoff valve here adjusts how rapidly the cylinders take the steam from the chest to the cylinders and then they open, and how much they use. So the more this is open, the bigger gulp it's going to take from your steam chest, the more you're going to have this thing open to refill it. It's kind of a balancing act, but it's actually pretty easy to get it a hold of. So let me go hop over to the job site there, and get us a job, so I could give you a quick demonstration of it. We already had one lined up here. 672-ton train to the coal power plant. Another new thing added. So don't really have to look at that too much. I'm already lined up and hooked up. And it does that again. see here how the steam chest is depleting, even though the regulator is open. So you can either adjust that by your regulator position, which is going to get, or you can do it by shooting this. So usually keeping about 3 to 6 bar of pressure in your chest is good. Because the faster your train goes, the more it's going to pull on that. See how it's kind of dropping down as we're increasing speed. So shut that valve, steam chest there. This cutoff valve. I can keep a higher pressure in there. Go ahead and shut the drain valves there. Glamour shot there for a thumbnail. Sorry, still getting over my cold there. You can see really how easily the train now itself, the 282 will now accelerate out past 30 kilometers, even with a somewhat decent load. You can also see a few gadgets and gizmos I got scattered around the cab. That's some subject for another video. Now we have the infamous hill. See how I'm basically dialing in the engine to work a bit harder now. Use more steam from the chest that I'm giving you. Check my pressure. A little more heat from the fire. Nice good cloud sparks coming out the stack. But I'm over to home. Yeah, moving on out. anyone who's tried to drive the 282 before knows how tricky that can get pulling it unless you got a real good head of steam. Real good speed coming up through there. Just how easily this locomotive can lose power and stall out on that grade there, which was about a 2.5% grade. So, here we are, and we're speeding back up again. So dialing in cutoff to maintain pressure. Pulling back the regulator to make sure that my boiler stays pressurized. Basically, the less steam you use from your boiler in your chest, the better. Get a little bit of black there. Yeah. Alright, so in general, that is the 282 and its new little quirks. So let me know what you think. Do the whole like, comment, subscribe thing, and remember,